Good morning. 7:40 at the early edition. Nice to have you here on this Friday morning. A little cool at the airport, but nice thing is we're above the freezing point. 3 degrees at the airport, 5 degrees downtown, looking for a forecast high of 11 degrees. Maybe some showers around, and at higher elevations, absolutely wet flurries. They were talking about 20 centimeters of snow on the Coquihalla last night or early this morning, checking the Dry BC cameras early on. It's wet up there. They didn't get 20 centimeters of snow. They did get snow, but not 20 centimeters. So if you're bound for the coast this morning, if you've got your winter tires on, traction tires, you're going to be fine. You'll find it wet, but you'll be just A-OK. We are into the Masters weekend from Augusta, Georgia. Yesterday, nice to have Dick Zokol on to sort of preset the tournament, and I could talk about Corey Spieth, the guy who I'm just thrilled to see him back in the game, if you will, having found his game. But usually on this weekend, as the Masters goes, so we go, and we would always go to Predator Ridge and spend a little time in the company of Brad Pelletier, Dick Zokol, and the rest of the crew out there at Predator Ridge. These days, of course, in a time of COVID-19 and masks and all the other things that go hand in glove with the fight against COVID-19, we're doing it by telephone. Brad Pelletier would be sitting opposite me. We might have even had a little breakfast by now. Definitely a third or fourth cup of coffee. From Predator Ridge, a pleasure to welcome to the early edition Brad Pelletier from Predator Ridge. Brad, good morning to you. Miss you.
Oh, good morning, Phil. I was actually going to start by saying that COVID's really messed with an important tradition here, and that was just exactly that, having you for, I think it was like probably 6 or 7 years, right, as we kick off every year to have you on site and on property. So
well, it's and I have missed, although it was nice to talk to Dick Zokol yesterday. It sort of was a touch point for me, and always appreciate his understanding of Augusta, and as he starts to handicap this field of golfers who are probably going to be a new course record set. Anyway, it was nice to talk to him. We're going to talk to him again on Monday morning. So how has your winter been at Predator Ridge?
It's been a good winter. We had so many residents of our residents on property with us this winter, more than normal, and I think it was a really fulfilling one. We have a really active event schedule for them and activities for them to do, and thankfully, we put in a skating rink this year. We had simulator lounges. We brought 4 simulators in. We have our tennis and pickleball facility, and we just did our best to kind of really, provide a safe environment for our homeowners, and one that allowed them to remain active.
Well, as you well know, there is a small group of gentlemen who on Wednesdays get a lawn chair. And head to a parking lot and basically have bagged lunches as we talk back and forth. Michael Ballingall, part of something called the Apple O Gang. But normally they would have gone south for the winter. They would have been at their winter homes and did not go. Had the winter of their lives. One of them, 39 times up to Big White to ski, and it's been years since he's put on boards and every Wednesday talking about what an incredible winter it has been up at Big White. And I think that you and Big White and various other groups, what do you call it, the Big Five, I guess, or whatever it is.
The Okanagan Bucket List.
That's it. Is the Okanagan Bucket List, and right. When I hear you talking about all the programming that you've put into Predator Ridge for the folks that are your residents, I'm sure that a number of them might have been snowbirds at one point in their lives, but instead are not or were not snowbirds this year, and it sounds like they had the winter of their lives right here at home.
Well, and that was our goal too, just to really ensure we had that active programming that, even when borders opened up and we were past COVID, that they recognized like what a, fulfilling winter it can be at Predator Ridge. And I think we were very successful at it. And I've already heard from a number of them that they, will likely, consider staying with us over winter. Like we have the majority of our homeowners are there in winter, and some go away for a couple of weeks or a month, but Yeah, it was overall a really, really successful winter for us.
You've always had an excellent grounds crew, but when you have the kind of winter that we've had, my understanding is the course wintered incredibly well. And as you get set to kick off the golf season for 2021, everybody's walking around with huge smiles on their face.
Yeah, that's one good thing. If there's one year we deserved it too, it was this year. And the course wintered, according to Mike Long, the best he's ever seen it, which is fantastic. And although it hasn't been great weather this week, people are still big smiles on the face. They're just happy to be out there playing golf right now.
Talk to me about your real estate division. Dick was indicating that the Commons and various other areas that you've been developing, sales have been exploding. Certainly no secret that there are a lot of people who are living their lives down at the coast in Vancouver, and a lot of them have said, that's it, I'm done, I'm out of here. Albertans as well. Yes, there is lots of money still floating around in Alberta. And again, looking at the idea of coming across the Rockies to find a better place to stay, live right here in the Okanagan. Dick says real estate sales have been through the roof.
Yeah, and we had our best, most successful real estate year ever at Predator Ridge. And, it really, in some ways, Predator Ridge has never been more relevant when you think of the 1,200 acres and, all of our amenities in place and, all the things that we do as a team at Predator Ridge to, as I said, keep our community safe. It definitely had a positive influence, and, we feel it's just kind of leapfrogged us ahead because, we have low-density housing, big property, big open spaces. Like a lot of those key attributes really led to some of the success this year in real estate.
And a whole host of events. How many programmed events do you put on for your residents who call Predator Ridge home?
Well, we do about 1,500 different things that they can participate in, and we say it's one of our competitive strengths that, a fear people have when they move somewhere is meeting new people, and we provide the kind of platform to allow people to engage and interact. And a little bit different this year, obviously, because people were kind of keeping their distance. But it's a unique element to Predator Ridge. And Phil, you remember this is actually our 30th year at Predator Ridge, and I think you remember our 25th anniversary when we threw a big rodeo and we had Tom Cochran on property.
I remember it well. It was a rodeo the likes of which I'd never seen before.
Yeah, and, unfortunately, as we celebrate our 30th, we have to do it a different way this year. But, we are, just trying to, ready ourselves for whatever, changes we need to kind of face. But things are setting up again for a positive year, I feel.
If you're looking for a place that you could call home, you really might want to talk to Dick Zokel, who's the real estate specialist up there at Predator Ridge, not additionally to the golf specialist. He has become one of the foremost real estate people presenting the project and presenting the products. Some tremendous subdivisions that have been set up at Predator Ridge. I call it the village of Predator Ridge. You really should go up and take a look. And I tell you what, they have the best patio in the valley, bar none. And when the sun is just sitting behind you in the west, and you're sitting on that patio looking away to the east, it is one of the most spectacular views. And you don't have to be a member. You can drop into the dining room. Well, you should book ahead to go into the dining room. But they'd love to see you on this gorgeous patio that looks away to the east. Predator Ridge. Just a stone's throw from downtown Kelowna, easy to get to, right there off the highway.